Cool. Be back. Basically, AC compressor needs to be changed. I've already taken out the battery here. I unplugged the AC compressor right here, as you can see. But if you can get this to focus, you guys can see that yellowness that's down there. That's like fluid. I think that's fluid from my cam seal was leaking. But what I did is I took the AC plug, I put it over here. I'm just kind of letting it air dry for right now, hoping that the wires and everything is not fried. It seems like the AC compressor or the AC unit was always unplugged before I bought it, and then I plugged it back in and it was running, but it was never actually running. I never actually turned it on. I just let the system blow air, so there was some sort of breeze in the car, if you feel me. But yeah, guys. So I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to get the AC back. So we got hit up the boy. Got a used one over there. You know, I've never done this. I thought I was gonna have to flush it. Almost positive I don't have to flush it. I gotta go to the store. I'm gonna grab a couple of tools because make life easier. I mean, I have tools, but make life easier, you know. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we've made it back. We just went ahead and got some of these little ratchet things, mostly for the clutch fan, which is actually no longer on there. I have a problem of getting distracted, start working on the car, and then not filming it. So all I did was just loosen the tensioner, take the belt off, unbolt the four bolts, and then took the clutch fan off. Now it is over there. So now I guess we're gonna take the belt completely off. Just kind of wiggle Jimmy. I should probably replace it, honestly, but she's okay for now. So now that's off. I'll probably start taking a look at the AC compressor. We'll see where we go from there. I think I'm gonna take the shroud out real quick, so we just have a little more arm work in here, and yeah. Alright, so a little update. The new AC compressor is in. If anybody's curious, there are 3 bolts. One there, one towards the bottom, and then one right there. And then there's one in the back, it's a little bracket to the engine bay, and then another one on the bottom of that goes to the engine also. So you take all those off and spend about 3 hours, not 3 hours actually, but I just zip tied this right here. And then I was able to wiggle and pull it out eventually and then put the new one in. Cut my finger pretty bad doing that, that's why I got gloves on now. But we're going to go ahead and bolt up everything, put the power steering back, bolt everything back up, and then hopefully we're all good to go. So, alright. Okay, so we did the AC compressor. I tried to start the car, let it warm up. I turned the AC on, and I shut the car off. So now basically I'm running through like everything in my head on what there is in the AC, trying to do some research on if there's anything I'm missing through the AC system. First thing I thought was maybe the blower motor. If something was wrong with the blower motor, that just didn't make sense when I kept thinking about it. I replaced the AC unit, like it's literally brand new. I spent like $250 on that hoe. The compressor works, obviously, like it's a decently nice compressor, like it's barely used it seems like, even though it was out of a used car, but it doesn't matter. But then I started tearing apart the dash here, as you guys can see. And I found this thingy that was wired up. If you guys know what these are, good for you. Well, if you don't know what they are, then I'm going to explain. So when they do like mods and add like relays and stuff, typically they will add a fuse holder that you can ground out to get ground and get power by adding a fuse and yada yada yada. Well, this is a 3-amp fuse. I don't know why the fucking 3-amp fuse. If you look under the dash, which I'm gonna turn my phone light on. If you guys look under here, let me try to prop this up. You guys can see there is a wire right there that has been barely a little sliver. I'm trying to get it to focus right. There you go. See where it's kind of cut and there's a wire showing? Well, they took this red wire and they cut it and they wrapped it around the white one, which is in that plug right there. And they crimped it to that. Why? I don't fucking know. And it runs to here, it grounds out there, and it comes all the way back to this thingy. So I'm trying to do research on figuring out what this plug is right there to see if it's part of the AC system. The other thing is I don't know if it'd have to be necessarily a part of the AC system. I don't know. I'm just trying to do some research. I'm going to see if this is it. I texted the guy that had the car before me to see if he did this, to see if he knows anything about it, if he ever ran into it. But basically, it was just shoved under the floorboard. Yeah, so bit of an update. There's no seats in here. Basically everything's ripped out besides the top of the dash. But as you guys can see, this carpet is like disgusting. I just vacuumed it, but there's been so much stuff spilled in here. It's just like disgusting. So luckily for me, I have what's called a rug doctor. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna clean the carpet in here. But first, I need to pull the carpet out. I have pretty much everything taken out except there's those clips right there. I have to take those off, kind of like how this one is. And there's a 14mm nut, if you guys can see that, somewhere in there. But yeah, and then I gotta take these little plastic tabs off right here. And then we can pull the carpet out. It's gonna be a B-word and a half, but we can do this. Yeah. So I'm a big dum-dum. And I just ripped it off. Pulling the opposite direction, thinking, same way I pulled it off over here. But no, it's the opposite side. So you pull from this side, not that side. Alright, so we got the carpet out here. Got the rug docker right there. If you guys can tell, I already did one little pass right there, just a little line. And it's already starting to come out kind of nice. But yeah, we still have the whole carpet to do, obviously. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little before on what all this looks like. Probably gonna be taking some pictures for the Instagram. But yeah, let's go ahead and change that. So, carpet's back in the car. It looks a million times better. This is the passenger side that had the huge Coke stain right there that looked like crap. Now it's pretty much clean. It's all clean for the most part compared to before. But yeah, got the back seats back in. You feel me? We got the radio wired up. If you guys are curious on how I did that, let me show you real quick. If you guys have the Pioneer radio for the sc300, there's two pink wires. There's a blue stripe and then a green stripe on the other one. And there's a green wire, a blue and yellow wire, and a gray wire. And you hook that into your main wires over here. You make a new ground, which is this one right here. And then these are all your speaker wires. I drove mine all the way to the wires in the back and everything. And then just took out the amp, bypassed the amp. This is for my microphone, for my little setup I got over there. You guys can see that. Bam. But and then we have this one right here, the big one. This one will still go into my radio, so that's pretty straight. If we come over here, so this is the radio right here, the head unit, I guess you'd call it. And we have the mic right here. We have the antenna port right here, which is the big deep one. And then we have, this is if you had an aftermarket amp. Main wiring harness right here that'll plug in. Then we have one that plugs in right here for the subwoofer, which I don't really think matters because I never actually wired the subwoofer. But that would be this little guy right here that hooks into a white and a black wire on the other plug. If you guys want to know, there's a forums on the Lexus, whatchamacallit, Lexus forums, and the guy went really in depth on how to wire these things. So if you just take time to understand how it actually wires up, you'll understand. If you just try to like, oh yeah, I got this because the forum's like, man, you gotta actually try to understand how it's all being wired up. But just follow that, should be good. I didn't do the subwoofer because that was too confusing and I bought the wrong wire. He didn't explain that the best. But anyways, now that we cleared that over, I guess we can start putting the car back together. I put some back together, but not much. Those little things down there, if you take that little cap off right there, and there's a bolt behind there. But yeah, I think I showed that actually. A chicken quesadilla. This shit hit though. Different note. You got the interior back, like I said. I'm gonna set the camera up and I'm gonna start putting some more stuff back in. And yeah. Alright, so as you guys see, we got everything pieced together. Back seats are in, all that stuff over there is in, this is all in, you feel me? It feels me. So the only thing we're missing really, I believe, is just the seats, the front seats. But first, I think I'm going to take this door panel off, and I'm going to try to put that one, put that piece back on, even though it's broken. I took it off because it was broken, but now I'm just like, well, it was broken before. Might as well just throw it on for something. I mean, it looked better than nothing, I guess. So we're just gonna toss it on there, put clips. Hopefully this gets hauled in. But yeah, we're gonna do that. That's only like a couple bolts, I think, like 2 there, and then none on the bottom. So just 2 on the side. Oh yeah, and then there's 2 up under here. And then it's just a bunch of clips, I think. So you got both the seats back in. Carpet and rug, or rugs, whatever you want to call it, back in, and everything's clean. So yeah, basically I'm gonna start it up, let it warm up. Oh yeah, we put that cover back on. I'm gonna let it warm up, and then I'm gonna take it for a little drive, make sure the radio and everything's good. There's no too hard of engine whine or anything. See if the AC maybe works, because I took out that weird GPS thing. But yeah, so see you guys in the next video. Go follow Broke Boy Customs. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to push out content, but this whole quarantine thing, it's kind of like, it's not much to do, so there's no car meets or anything like that. There is sometimes, so next time I go to one of those, I'll probably try to film. But alright, see you in the next video. Peace.
my foreign shit, I'm riding to the bank, to the bank. I be touring, buying diamonds, what you think? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I roll up, then I'm headed to LA. Bitch, I'm gone. Fuck with me, I leave you shining every day, every day.